Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Sewing for My Sanity. Today, we're going to be talking about pattern clutter. Yes, we all have it, most of us anyway. And I'm going to teach you 3 methods you can use to get a little bit more organized. We can all stand a little bit more order in our lives, right? So you might want to know why I am leaning between 2 binders. Well, today I'm going to show you 3 methods to organize your patterns. So for the purposes of this video, we are going to separate our patterns into 2 types. The first is the big 4. So that's going to be McCall's, Simplicity, Butterick, and Vogue. And then the last category is going to be our indie patterns or our independent patterns. Let's get started. So if you are a sewist and you have less than 100 patterns, this first method is for you. Okay, the first method is our binder method. So these binders I purchased on one of those dollar bin binges at Target, right? You can buy 5 of these, 5 for $1, or you can buy them at something like the Dollar Tree or Dollar General or some 5 and below, and you can organize your patterns like this. It works great if you have about 50 to 100 patterns, because as you can see, I can get maybe 10 patterns in here, and then once I put them in here, I have to then stack them or organize them in such a way to where I can see them. You would organize your patterns by pattern number, and it doesn't matter, let me give you a trick. It doesn't matter whether it's Simplicity, Vogue, McCall's, or Butterick. Because they're owned by the same people now, no matter what the pattern name is, the number will still file perfectly. I'm going to say that again. No matter what the pattern company name is, if it's part of the big 4, it will file perfectly. So if it's a Butterick, it can sit next to a Simplicity and it can sit next to a McCall's. The numbers won't duplicate themselves. So 50 to 100 patterns, use your bin method. Now, if you have indie patterns, you have to kind of outthink the system because it doesn't fit into that nice 9375, 9550, all those pattern numbers. Usually indie patterns have what? Girl names. So it's like the Mabel skirt, the Catherine top, the Melissa blouse. Okay, so this is what you're gonna do. Each company has a name, okay? So let's say the company name is Seamwork. Seamwork is going to go towards the back, whereas if it's a closet core, it's going to go towards the front. So you're going to put all your closet core patterns together, all your seamwork patterns together, etc., etc. And then you're going to organize those by, you guessed it, those dolled up girl names. So Mabel, Catherine, Eloise, all of those good guys. Now remember, most of them are PDF patterns. So what I've done is I put them into clasp envelopes that are really easy to file, and you just scribble on the top and then you put all of those together. So the PDF pattern is going to go in here, and then they're going to all get organized in something like a magazine file like this. Makes it really easy because when I get ready to store these, this is what I see. I don't see all of this manila madness. So this is the sweet short, and everything for the sweet short is in the pattern. These come in a pack of 100 at Sam's. You can get it for like $7, $8, $9, $10, a whole big pack. Okay, so let's move on. If you're a real pattern junkie, you've got more than 100 patterns, right? Let's say you're in the 100 to 200. That's a lot of patterns, y'all. But if you are, guess what? I've got a method for you too. Now, when I got to that stage, I thought, I need some way to figure out where things are. So I organized the patterns by type, and I put them in a binder. So this is a heavy duty, large binder. It's white, there's nothing super fancy about it. And in the inside, each pattern or 2, I'm gonna show you, is in a clear protector or clear sheet. So, and each protector has a pattern on each side. Okay, so it's sort of like your own personal lookbook. You're gonna take the pattern envelope, you're gonna take it out, take the package out, take the pattern out, and put it into a small manila envelope, which I will show you shortly. Those will get filed 9550, 927 whatever, 72 da 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 da, and those will get organized numerically. Now, you can just flip through here. Oh, what am I gonna sew today, darling? You're gonna flip through the book, and you go, aha, I want Butterick 4503. You go to your bin system or your drawer system, and then you can find the pattern. But this gives you a way to look at the patterns without having to physically flip through the bin. Now, when I was at this stage, 100 to 200, 300 patterns, I literally had a metal filing cabinet, and I'll show you what that looks like too. So I had one for kids. This is my kids one. I had tops, pants, and jackets. And I had one for men. I had one for formal. And at some point, my whole sewing room was binders. So at that point, I said, well, now I'm into 2 file drawers. I got to figure something out. So this is my favorite method I'm about to show you. And I actually combine the binder method with the drawer method. Come on over to my drawers. The drawer method. The drawer method will work with any pattern except Vogue patterns. Okay, Vogue patterns are big and they don't fit into the same box as the others. Occasionally, you're gonna get a Vogue pattern that does, but a lot of times they're super big like this, right? So these are gonna go into a bin system of some sort, and your smaller Vogue patterns can be filed like this. So this is an Ikea drawer. It is MALM, mom, and it perfectly fits 1, 2, 3 rows of patterns. Okay, so you will immediately notice that I have white patterns in here where they haven't been taken out of the envelope. And I have these manila envelopes, right? Okay, these are from the old system, and I was super lazy. There's no way I was gonna sit down and put all of these back in there and then put those back in here. I know what it is. Most of these are older patterns that I have already used or I'm not gonna use anymore, or what have you. And so they just simply get filed in there. I wanna show you the newer drawer because you can see how I've now filed the newer patterns and the system completely works. So this is Simplicity 9054. And if you go further into the box, you're gonna see numbers that are sequential. So what you're gonna do is try your best to leave space. So that's what really matters. I have 1.5 drawers that are empty because what you really want to do is think about how many patterns you're going to purchase in a year. If you think that you're going to buy on the order of 20 to 40 patterns at $1.99 at Joann's, you need to understand that you have to have enough room to put that many patterns per year into your drawer. So when I got this system, I definitely kind of mentally counted up how many patterns do I have? How many can I get in the drawer? I actually took a pattern to Ikea, and we fit it in the drawer. We're in Ikea doing silly things, but it makes sense. If you know you can get 100 patterns per drawer, you need to just do some basic math and figure that out. Otherwise, you're gonna outgrow your system really quickly. So we're all pattern junkies in our sewing addiction. I hope this has helped you to develop a really cool method for organizing your pattern clutter. If you have another method, if you hate mine, if you love it, drop me a comment in the box below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy sewing.